Okay. So, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. And it's once again the start of the week, which basically means I have not really thought that far through how the composition is going to go. But we're going to figure something out, just like every other week. Alright, so the subject for today we have on the right here is Anemone from Princess Connect. Yet another swimsuit because currently it is summer up in the north. So we're going to work on yet. Notably, a couple of things that I do want to look at as a thing to practice is her outer jacket is very transparent. Notably, the color behind it is the most visible thing. So whenever it's basically seeing through itself, the white is the most visible thing, and then when her body is the first thing behind it and not the second or the behind layer of her jacket, then you instead see her skin or her swimsuit. That is one thing that I would like definitely to practice, along with how it increases create shadows, which I'm very bad at shadows, so we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, her swimsuit itself is actually pretty plain bikini with no particular notable parts. It's like just this one decoration on the bra portion. Everything else is basically around it as well. So at the current stage I have a vertical canvas. See how long that lasts. Because knowing me, it won't last all that long. Of course that don't. Oh boy. Okay, so once again, without a plan, what shall we do with this? You actually need to think about the orient or the direction she's facing, because if I want her eye to be essentially in frame, ideally I want her to be looking left or around her left side. Right side as a flower. Not the same flower as her normal. I think it is. Just the flower in her head is different. I'm pretty sure the flower in her head is usually more white. At least I have the impression it's more white. It's like closer to the dagger, the white on her dagger. Also, we're looking more at the left or left side of her head, and that's where the flower is as well. Nothing on the other side of her head. In terms of in her hair. Could go something like a squishier face, right? Something around, right? just like I'm fully eye. Okay, that looks super weird to look. But more like keeping the. This won't actually be in there earlier. Be more like out to here and in around. This is the round part of the head here. Be like less this way, more like here. One eye will be here, like her covered eye will be. Other eye should. The neck should be what, like about. So like, let's go. Right now. We're looking. No, we should actually be looking at the neck, right? If we're at this angle. The. That looks rude. It here. Even with like extreme hit tilt like that, shouldn't look like that, should it? Let's either. Let's just do a full side profile. I feel like whenever, especially if we heard a full side profile, you lose a little bit of her identity. Hmm. Just like wipe it that quickly. Hmm. Actually, random as idea under here. Why do a let's just straight flip the canvas a little bit. How about a go? And go perspective. We'll work a little bit with that again. Basically, we want to go probably this way. Be sharper than that, like this. So that for a head is like right up front here. Say hands we want to bring kinda all around like here-ish. So say we'll interlock the fingers like along here. Basically means that the wrist would then have to come straight down, right? Because the elbows at that point the elbows should be resting along the floor. Let's say the surface is like right. So basically, elbows need to reach straight down, and that is against our surface. So, on the perspective, we're looking at this, and then that means the arms have to come forward a little bit from where her shoulders would be. Should be about there. For a little more of a resting kind of position. But this should be a V shape, right? About the same perspective. Just be like a little bit more this way. And then that means that her body be like here, like where her back would be, based on where her neck would be. Neck would be like here to like, or maybe about, say about this. So say her body is about, I'm blind. That's about roughly right. Shoulders could be right. Then the front of the body would then have to be like this, and then it'll have to go on here. I need to look up how this actually goes. Her stomach should be against the ground there, right? That means I need a sharper V here. Like the whole head area has to be more down. Like this has to be like a much sharper V shape coming up. We want alright, let me just get on the ground and just see if I can like roughly do something similar to this. Okay, here we go. Jeez. Oof. Ah. Okay, shoulders should be higher up in the chin. Ow. Ow. Okay, I shouldn't just be like lying on my stomach like that. Probably after dinner. Ooh, wait. Her stomach should reach the ground, but her chest should not. So we're saying that her chest be like about here. A little bit back, but so looking. What does the shape have to be like then? Because that would be... let's see. You know what? I should really just look for a reference of this. Hold up. Because this is definitely something that should exist. Alright, let's try Pinterest. If Pinterest doesn't work, I'll go around through my other thoughts that probably aren't as they will work. Cause they can just search for tags. Alright, where are my perspective-based poses? Because I know there's a couple that have the character on. Perfect. That is almost exactly what I... Oh, okay. Well, let me just grab this. For other ones as well. Oh dear. I know for a fact I've just saved a ton of these perspective-based anatomy references over time. Also thinking that it's not a definite thing to have the full body. I think upper body could also just work here. I want to do it. Look at these ones. Why is it not linking to anything else? Why isn't Pinterest doing Pinterest things and actually going down? That's unfortunate. Hello, indeed. Is that the Aussie thing with the good old government internet safety, as they like to call it, spying thing? I mean, the Twitch stream is live if Twitch doesn't make a big hoopla about it. I mean, what do they want you to identify with over in Aussie? You do the UK thing where you just give them a photo ID of Norman Reedus from Death Stranding, and it'll just pass it. Let's just open this and oh, that is tiny. That's unfortunate. Do I have any more of something close to this? I don't know why Pinterest isn't linking me to more pins that are related to the ones I have, like it's supposed to. Alright, well, regardless, we bring the back down. So shoulder would be about... shoulder would be... so we want the hands to be like against her cheek. Bring the wrists, the whole upper or the lower arm down. Actually, that should be brought almost forward. Like, there should be like a forward-facing plate. There should be like a very aggressive angle, like here. We want the neck to come down, and then this needs to down. Then the butt is like here. Then we can do whatever we want with legs. My butt's about there. Chest is like about here somewhere. Stomach should be along the ground, like this should be like all along. Because the stomach should lift into the chest. I think I've reduced the perspective like quickly for the angle one. Shouldn't be like this aggressive of a pullback. What's my caps lock? Oh, this is very close to what I need. Hold on, let me open this, let me open. And let me open this. Those are very close. I like how I'll just look for a lying on stomach pose, and at least 5 of them are lying on his back. That's definitely good. Why is this recommending me lay on back? I'm not looking for lay on back. I'm looking for lay on very specifically. Like, I think this is probably... It's even got all the markings on it to, like, measure out everything. Looking at this. That's probably closer to what I want than what I'm actually doing right now. That actually changes the perspective quite a bit. That means that the perspective is actually doing this and shrinking much quicker. Because then that means that the back is like primarily behind the shoulders. Bup, 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 bup. Oh boy. Bup, 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 bup. Um, up, 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 up. How does this work? Okay, so if not like that, do we actually want to pull? Do I actually want to pull this back faster? We want like here into. I actually want to go like this, right? Like a really quick pullback. Should it be even sharper than that? Should actually be like. Be more like this. I actually want to put a actually no, put an arm here back a little bit. So go. So that. And this pulls up forward. This should go more this way. Because this should go like. This should go. This. We cheek her up. Is it time to cheek up? I mean, we do need to do something about the weight. Then we want the leg to literally be... Ba, 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 put that in the floor. Um... Oh boy. We could just stick. Want to do the exact same leg pose or do something different? Ba, 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 ba. Up, 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 up. Oh. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. I just do a very bad sketch here. Hello there, how you doing? Okay. How off have I got the heat proportions right now if I just work with it straight from here? Now let's just stick this. Not there, but under here, please. Okay. Okay. Alright, then. How to around this. Let me see if I can find a hand reference for what I want, because I'm definitely not going to be able to figure this out on my own. Where's hand references? I do have some two-hand pose things, so hopefully it's within somewhere in there. Why not have? Well, I did have this almost exactly right. Well, I do. Alright, let me just open this. We just keep through here. Is that the only one? The only one. Alright. Oh, perfect. Okay, you. You. And we want to put one hand on top of the other, or do we want to actually interlock the thing? Very much thinking of interlocking the fingers. Right now, seeing if I can figure out how to make fingers, or make two hands interlock with fingers, but the plan right now is a Fanart piece of Anemone. For yet another swimsuit drawing, because it's very summer and every gacha game is throwing out swimsuit characters like crazy. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out. We want the fingers to probably be 11 or 10. 11 or 10, somewhere around there. Let's see if I can figure this out. Alright, let's get into here. So we want her cheek to be against the fingers here. The bridge of fingers. So basically I need finger over the top. Then this is where hand goes. This is where this part of the hand goes. Then it has to wrist down. And then this has to go to elbow, and then this has to wrist down to elbow. Something roughly like that, right? What I'm looking at. I've drawn this on the wrong spot. Ba 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 ba. Either way, in terms of composition, currently in progress. I don't know. I have a full idea of what I want to do right now. So we want finger. Bottom of the hand. Too wide. Elbow is about here. Ba 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 ba. I should have drawn these two hands in different layers. Oh dear. Hmm. Alright, going like that, and... Should the hands be thin? Or the wrist area should be bent more? Hmm. Alright, well, either way, just line this in a bit more whole. See how that feels. Up, up, up. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, that pinky's almost. um. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, something roughly like that, right? We're just gonna. Hmm. I should probably save before it crashes. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. No. Check something. Did I get her put her name in wrong? I did not. They just named this file wrong. Oh, why is that not working? Come on. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do hands like... Needs to be more like... larger. Okay, so to go like that, then... Bup, bup, Oh boy, I can't see this one. Bup, 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 bup. All right. Bup, 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 I need a front sharper. I'll find it. And I'll find this. Hold on. Alright, Google. Alrighty, okay, I can close this. Close. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Her hair is down to her chest, so she's gonna be on her stomach, like, then this has to go all the way, right? Then her hair is done up into a bun, so we're not gonna have anything on the back. We actually just have her huge flower-like bulb of hair, like, coming through the back. I have to think about how her vines are working. Her vines got a specific rule. They just grow from her. The vines are like literally only in her hair, right? Like no, like down her body. Vines follow her. Does she even have a flower on her hair? Remember? Huh. So. Alright, flower is. There's a. This right. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Um. Hum. Yeah. It'd have to be one. The actual bulb should be lower. Ba ba bum ba bum. Ba bum ba ba bum. Ba ba bum ba 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 bum. It needs to be like a really bulby kind of flower, right? So instead of this, what I actually want to do is like just the full real estate should take up, and that should be much bigger than her eyes. Ba, 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 ba. Uh, uh, um, up, up. Um, up, 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 um. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. Okay, so this doesn't actually roll down to the ground like it normally does. This is pulled into her bun. Ba, 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 la, ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. Um, okay. That means that her hair coming down this side of her head too will around her head. It'll actually pull inwards. It'll kind of hang, but behind. Oh, convenient. It'll be right behind her head. That means I don't need to worry about it. Means if I want the hook of hair going back towards her face here. The remainder of it needs to pull inwards. All the way down to her eyes as well. Not too far for it, no. Okay, what kind of monstrosity have I created? Not too crazy. The real question is, what do I do about it? So for a face that bust. Okay, what have I created now? Not completely insane. Okay, how much of her bun should actually be sticking out at this angle? It's a very big bulb. Let me just do another layer here. Actually just look at the bulb on its own for a little bit. Because then the bulb will be... let's just make you pink. Bulb will be a what like? Didn't actually be that far. Be like about here. Ba ba bum. Ba ba. Ba ba ba. Ba ba bum. Um. Um. It to be more bulge. Maybe somewhere in between the two. Ba 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 ba. Um. Um, That'd be behind her. Uh, bu- 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 um, bu- 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 um, the live 2D. I do my own rigging, yes. Um, Emotes and the model you see on screen right now were done by me indeed. How? Part of it does depend on just like how much you grasp in terms of like just how much it clicks with you. That's always a thing when it comes to skills, right? Like, do you just click with it? So in terms of, I'm presuming you're talking about a face-tracked full-body model. If you're doing a very basic rig, it is not very difficult. If you're doing something like what I do, which is like, well, let's see. Let me see if I can perform all of these. Hold up. Okay, I can turn the head, I can move the body, I can actually lean inwards, and the body rotates independent to the inward-outward lean here. That's generally a bit more advanced because you need to have a good understanding of the former hierarchy above everything else for that. You just need to know what or how the parent's motion affects the child's motion. If you've done anything else that has like these kind of inheritance and parent-child inheritance concepts, it's a bit easier to understand. It's basically just anything that happens to the parent will also happen to the child. I mean, what else is like a big concept that you have to get your head around? Probably understanding that the computer program is only making vertices move and set was it a set what do you call it, transformations. I think that's more of a geometry and computer graphics thing, but that does affect like how you have to think about curves and stuff. I don't really want to describe how difficult it is. When I first made a full body model, I was like 6 months in. Well, I think about it this way. I rigged my first model 6 months into learning how to draw. So like, from nothing, I learned how to draw and rig a model in 6 months. It was not good. By today's standards, it would be very bad. But at the time, it was like serviceable. I mean, it still is serviceable. Like, it just wouldn't be considered good. I mean, that was during COVID. Like, everyone had a lot of time. That's literally a calculation from when COVID started to when I made a model. I don't know if that's like the best representation of having time. But I will admit, like during the COVID period, there was many times while I was on the clock that I did not do any work. I was doing my own thing. Oh, don't you just love working remotely? Oh dear. I mean, these days, like, also the reality is, like, the resources you have online, like, especially in the English YouTube space, is a lot better for live 2D. So if you're starting from scratch, it is significantly easier to pick up because there's just more things to learn from. Like, I'll be frank, like, I made my first model pretty much relying entirely on Live 2D's own tutorials. And I will say, those tutorials are not good. Like, well, at least at the time, they were not good. They're, like, pretty poorly translated, and, in terms of making a model for face tracking, that was, their tutorials were much more oriented towards, animation. Because that was originally what the program was supposed to be intended to use and be used for. But nowadays, you could definitely find a lot more videos that basically go through step by step on how to do everything. I've been thinking about whether I should try to do more of a beginner-friendly tutorial set, because I need to make some videos when I'm not around in October. I feel like a lot of the tutorials nowadays go like, they're either very specific or they're like going over very advanced things. I feel like a lot of the tutorials, I mean, this is just my opinion, but I don't like it when people do one take in a tutorial. At least it bothers me that they'll either just start umming and eyeing, or they'll just go off on a tangent and not talk about the topic. Like, if you make a tutorial video, please just like stick to the point and just go from point to point and not just go off on a tangent. You don't need to do it in one take. There's this beautiful thing called post-processing. I mean, that's just me. The best times is when it's clearly also not stream footage. It's actually like, it's not like they did a lecture during stream and just turned into a video. It's like, this is clearly recorded because there's no responses to audiences, or there's no overlays that they just haven't bothered cropping out. It's like a recorded video, and it's like, bruh, you don't need to do one take. Okay, so if we want to have, our chest will be like what, here, upper bikini will be here, and then like behind here. Anyways, like, thinking about tackling your own rig. But the most I can really say is that, like any skill-based crafts, it is just something you'll get better at as you do it more. And it's less something that you could just like look at what someone else is doing and just, unless you're very good at imitating, I would probably not recommend just trying to copy what other people do, because there is very much a preferred way of doing stuff that only works for the person who's doing it. And even like the small things like naming conventions and how you refer to everything that could affect the loading process. This should be higher. I think just up higher. This has to go like over her shoulder. Hide the remainder of her swimsuit behind. Okay, so her. We want to say that her arm is just coming through the back. Let me actually go. Do you want her jacket to be going over the top here? This could actually hang quite low because this will be resting quite a bit. That will be further down. Hello there, how are you doing? There's indeed some flower power right here. That means her sleeve. The sleeve should hang like right about here, then. That is the opening to sleeve, like right about there. What shape is this? This is triangle. Or something. Then this is loose or baggy. Good way to see it. This should probably. I should still be able to see her arm because this is transparent. The whole thing is about the same level of bagginess all the way through, so. This hanging off her shoulder on the other side. I'll just make that a general assumption for this pose. So we'll say that like this goes over the top of her arm, right about where the portion starts. Inside goes inner, then over in as well. Oh wait, no, her back is here. Back is like right. So wrap this so that it's going over the top of her. This has, even if it like sags down, it has to like sag back. I guess it doesn't really from this angle. But it won't just hang into oblivion. So this needs to be just aggy all the way down. That's a lot of lines just on top of each other that I can't see through right now. And I really just like caked her up then. I think realistically, just like general Botox shouldn't be more like this. Artist, but Hmm. Oh, I've just got lines on top of lines. So this reaches past her butt. It goes further down to her crotch. I want her dagger, along with her. What do you call the things that hold up the The sheath is the bit you actually put the blade in. What's the bit? The holster? Not the holster. Is it a holster? That's not important. But the belt that's reaching around, should that be there as well? To keep her dagger at her belt, because that will affect. It looks tight, so it will actually affect the shape of the jacket a little bit. It's there. For the scabbard, it was the same as the sheath. You know what? We're not really in a rush right now. This is still more like a drafting phase. Google. What is the name of the belt holding the sheath of the sword? Something like that, maybe? A baldric, apparently. B-A-L-D-R-I-C. Oh no, this is for ones worn around the chest. Put your sword on your back. Apparently the ones that just go around your waist is just called a sword belt, because no one could think of a cool name for it. But regardless, basically you want to be like just flat against the ground, right? How's this other go? So this will go over. This will just like hug her crotch area, right? And then we want some. We're just going one, whop, 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 and What are we looking at here? Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Like, what monstrosity have I created now? Have a look at this. It looks a lot less insane than I thought it would. We need to go over the wrist here. I want to hang it over her wrist. So, like, that. Make this a little bit bigger. That does not work, because this has to go... bu- 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 um... bu- 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 want to include sandals, or do we just want to have the grippers out? That is now question number 2. What leg does she have her bracelets around? That's her left leg. Her left leg is currently not raised. At this angle, the band around her leg would be like right. Bu- 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 To raise her leg at a different angle, you actually go. Bu- 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 bum. Bu- 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 bum. Bu- 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 Ba, 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 ba. Okay, and then I'm thinking of once again trying a having a very shallow waterline that goes like along out there on her body. It's very shallow. Like that. Alright, I think that is good for a draft of what I could work with. I don't know about where I'm putting the... Probably pull the cuffs fitter up so that the more covering her arm area of her hand. They're not quite up to the knuckles, like more around the two bottom, whatever these muscles are called, between your knuckle and your wrist. Around that area, it's probably good there. Material of her jacket here should be quite flexible, so I don't have to worry too much. Given how baggy and loose it looks. Daggers on the other side, and we make it so that the leg is framed, and also include the bracelets. Her ankle. Then it really is just a matter of, do we want the grippers? Because everyone loves some grippers. I've only started using that term very recently. Honestly, and I've said it a couple of times, it feels really weird. This foot's also in the wrong freaking angle. This is definitely not how this was supposed to look. They could probably just tell me. Alright, so I think we'll just finish up here, and I'm gonna do my usual thing and just stare at this until I decide whether I want to go forward with it. So just finish up a little bit early, but this is going to be the plan for this week. So going to be working along with this or a different composition if I decide not to go. The fact that I already got a full sketch in probably means I'm going to go ahead with this. Just need to decide on exactly how some parts need to sit. Currently don't have any of her vines, and I might actually shift her or just change the canvas size a little bit just so that I can have a little bit more of her head in there. I need to fit those flowers. I'm going to totally have completely ignore those flowers right now. Probably one of the more important parts because that's also a root for her vines. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of drafting, sketching, thinking of a composition. If you want to see more of this, sure to be subscribed or followed, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.